Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. The people who made the Mac are sort of on the edge of the society in some ways, but not completely, but more so than other people too. In most people's vocabularies, design means veneer. It's interior decorating. It's the fabric of the curtains of the sofa. But to me, nothing could be further from the meaning of design. I think if you do something and it turns out pretty good, then you should go do something else wonderful, not dwell on it for too long. Just figure out what's next. It's more fun to be a pirate than to join the Navy. Innovation has nothing to do with how many R&D dollars you have. When Apple came up with the Mac, IBM was spending at least 100 times more on R&D. It's not about money, it's about the people you have, how you're led, and how much you get it. My model for business is the Beatles. They were for guys who kept each other's kind of negative tendencies in check. They balanced each other, and the total was greater than the sum of the parts. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations. Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me. You can't just ask customers what they want and then try to give that to them. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new. In business, if I knew earlier what I know now, I'd have probably done some things a lot better than I did, but I also would have probably done some other things a lot worse. It's not the consumer's job to know what they want. Creativity is just connecting things. I was worth about over $1 million when I was 23, and over $10 million when I was 24, and over $100 million when I was 25. And it wasn't that important because I never did it for the money. We're just enthusiastic about what we do. My favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time. I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. You can't get rid of the fear, but you can get really good at managing it. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. The doers are the major thinkers. The people that really create the things that change this industry are both the thinker and doer in one person. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. It's not about pop culture, and it's not about fooling people, and it's not about convincing people that they want something they don't. We figure out what we want. The system is that there is no system. That doesn't mean we don't have process. Apple is a very disciplined company, and we have great processes, but that's not what it's about. Process makes you more efficient. I'm as proud of what we don't do as I am of what we do. That's been one of my mantras: focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean, to make it simple, but it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. We're here to put a dent in the universe, otherwise, why else even be here? I think the things you regret most in life are the things you didn't do. The people that built Silicon Valley were engineers. They learned business, they learned a lot of different things, but they had a real belief that humans, if they worked hard with other creative, smart people, could solve most of humankind's problems. I believe that very much. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple, but it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. If you keep your eye on the profit, you're going to skimp on the product. But if you focus on making really great products, then the profits will follow. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. You need a lot of passion for what you're doing, because it's so hard. Without passion, any rational person would give up. You can't just ask customers what they want, and then try to give that to them. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new.